You're lying in bed, the lights are off, your body sinks into stillness, but something inside remains awake. There's a fleeting instant between the final thought and the first dream where time bends and reality becomes soft like molten gold. Most people slip past it unnoticed, but the ancient Egyptians didn't. They knew this twilight moment wasn't just sleep approaching. It was a gateway. A passage where the conscious mind loosens its grip and a deeper layer of awareness emerges, a place where thoughts become commands and beliefs take root. Science now calls this the alpha state, a brainwave frequency that allows the subconscious to receive information without resistance. But for the initiates of Egypt's mystery schools, it was something more. It was a ritual zone, a space to commune with a living principle, the archetype of Thoth, the scribe of the cosmos, the one who records truth in the hidden book of the mind, and what is recorded becomes real. Today, we call it neuroplasticity. Back then, it was called magic, and you're about to learn a 3-night practice rooted in this timeless wisdom, a ritual to reshape the core of your beliefs, not by force, but by entering the exact state where change is effortless. But know this, once you cross that threshold, nothing will ever look the same again. Most people try to change reality by rearranging the outer world, but the ancient adepts knew the secret. Reality doesn't shift until perception does. Deep within you lies an invisible script, a record of every thought, feeling, and silent belief, not written in ink, but etched with emotion, repetition, and focus. The Egyptians called it the subtle archive. Night 1, the seed. This is the night of declaration, the moment where you plant the new idea, clear, direct, and emotionally real. It must be short, it must be now, it must feel true to your soul, something like, I trust my inner guidance. I am worthy of peace. My mind supports my transformation. Write it down by hand in a notebook used only for this purpose. Then lie down, relax. Let yourself drift as sleep edges closer. Gently repeat the phrase like a whisper in the dark. No effort, just presence. You're not commanding the mind, you're inviting it, offering the message at the precise moment the door opens. Night 2, the descent. Tonight the message travels deeper. Set an intention to wake naturally in the middle of the night or use a soft alarm. When you do, don't move. Keep your eyes closed. Stay still. This is the liminal state, the space between sleep cycles where alpha and theta brainwaves weave a fertile ground. Return to your phrase, not to repeat it forcefully, but to let it echo. No visualization, no control, just let the phrase exist, as if it belongs to the space itself. Here, the subconscious absorbs without resistance. The critical mind is still asleep, and what slips in now goes deep. Let yourself fall back asleep naturally. The message has already been delivered. Night 3. The inscription. Tonight is about anchoring the belief. You will return to your phrase, but this time, write it with your non-dominant hand. Yes, it will feel awkward, but that's the point. This unusual gesture triggers a neurological pattern interrupt, and that gets the brain's attention. New neural pathways begin to light up. You're signaling that something new is being installed. After writing, sit quietly. Now comes the final step, embodied visualization. Close your eyes. Let the phrase take form, not as fantasy, but as lived reality. If your phrase was, I trust the flow of life, imagine yourself calmly navigating a situation that once caused anxiety. Don't force an emotion. Let the sensation emerge naturally. The brain doesn't distinguish between what's real and what's felt vividly, and what is felt becomes encoded. Hold the image, then fall asleep with that feeling still pulsing through you. This ritual isn't a gimmick. It's a subtle reordering of how your mind encodes truth. And here's the magic. You don't have to force it to work. The subconscious doesn't need convincing, it just needs consistency. In the days that follow, change begins not with fireworks, but with quiet shifts. You feel different in the same old situations. You pause before reacting. You hear a new internal tone. Softer, clearer, more aligned. That's how the new code begins to emerge. And the outer world will respond, not because it was forced, but because you were rewritten from the inside out. Thoth was never about superstition. He represented a principle, that truth written with clarity and emotion becomes law. And this power isn't reserved for gods or priests, it lives in you. Each time you sit with intention, speak a phrase, feel it, and inscribe it. You are exercising the archetype, you are not your past thoughts. You are the writer of the next line, and the next, and the next. So now the question is simple. Will you keep repeating by accident, or will you begin writing on purpose? Let this practice be your starting point, and if it touched something within you, like subscribe, share, write in the comments. I claim the authorship of my reality, because the story doesn't change from the outside in, it changes from the inside. Every time you choose to whisper something different to yourself before falling asleep, and that is how a new world begins.